Welcome back to the Why Stop Now podcast. Got your boy Eyes in the building. How you doing this week, Eyes?
Dude, I'm doing good. It's scorcher here in the upstate. I know it's hot over there in Utah as always. So, been chilling inside, watching a lot of Wimbledon in the morning time. I've been off, so I've been watching a lot of tennis, a lot of good tennis. Carlos Alcaraz, let's go. Um, I want to see, Novak Djokovic do well. I know you don't know a thing about tennis, but Wimbledon is the masters of tennis, if you will. Very big deal. The prince and the princess or whoever, all the royal family gets together for the final. It's a big deal. It's very, very fancy. So,
Heard.
I might put on a tux and watch the final. I don't know. But I'm actually getting excited. I saw a post yesterday or 2 days ago. It's like 7 Saturdays away. College
Dude,
football.
we're getting back to our roots.
That's close enough for me. Because we don't know a thing about baseball like that to even try.
No.
So other than like Cal Raleigh, this dude for the Mariners, he's hit 35 home runs in the All Star breaks now,
Mhm.
and no one he's on pace for 70. No one's done that since. Like, you remember when Aaron Judge did all that crazy stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is way more. This is way better. This is way cooler. This is crazier. So that I do know. Shout out to him. But back to the bread and butter. It's it's getting down to it, dude, and I see more and more posts by the day. That's what you and I talk about the most. It's college football, dude, and
That's why we even started this
that's
podcast.
why we started the whole thing. And the national title, dude, it's up. We got a new playoff system this year, but we got same teams.
Inform me
There's
of the new playoff system.
yeah, yeah. It's gonna be interesting
What's
to see how.
what's the new playoff system like? I haven't really heard much about it.
Dude, your guess is as good as mine. I believe that the seedings are it's not going to be, the seedings are just going to be different. You know what I mean? It's going to be a little different, like teams that aren't going to get screwed over per se, that may have gotten screwed over before. Um, that's just kind of how I see it. It's going to be interesting. It'll be the first year, but I think that the same teams are going to be up there. We got Texas, Georgia, Ohio State, Penn State
Hold on. I was about
is
to
gonna
say.
be.
I was about to say something. How do you feel about Penn State being back in the list?
Dude, I knew that you're gonna ask me about this because I dog Penn State every time that their name's brought up. But I really think that they have the talent to elite. They could make it to the championship game. They didn't. I mean, yeah, they lost some monsters on the defensive side, but the way that they lost their quarterback, Drew Aller, he's a great talent. He's not gonna forget throwing the way that he lost the game in the playoffs. He's coming back. He's a Heisman hopeful, possibly. There's a lot of people on that list. So we'll have to see about that. It's very speculative.
Yeah, yeah.
Everything is very what if kind of. But Oregon's going to be nasty again. They got absolute freak athlete coming in who's going to, I think he's going to be kind of like how Jeremiah Smith, all these wide receivers that came in last year, they were just absolutely incredible. He's one of them too, who can
So
do
you
some
already
dirty.
mentioned Georgia. I wanna. How do you feel about Georgia's recruiting and everything leading into the season?
I feel
If
like I always feel,
they brought
dude. Georgia's recruiting comes from Kirby Smart, which comes from Nick Saban, and I think Kirby's one of the closest people to recreate that Saban-esque type of recruiting, where it's just top 2 to 3 every year. There's always somebody that can step in and make an impact immediately. There's
in?
somebody, yeah. So I'm not really that their recruiting. They did exactly what I thought they would. Um, Southern California is tearing it up in recruiting. Clemson's doing a nice job in recruiting. They are. Alabama's starting to rack up a lot of 5 stars, which if you're an SEC fan, that should scare you.
Yeah, if
Um,
you're a college
because you
football
can't.
fan,
You We haven't even talked about Alabama yet. Texas is kind of what I think of when I think of the new national title contenders, especially NIL era. They've got that bread. A&M not too far behind. They're a team to talk about. They could disrupt some things, but I don't know if they're a national title contender. They could make the playoffs. A&M. I don't know
Yeah,
if they're title contenders. And then we got Clemson, dude. We got Clemson. We can't mention national titles and not mention Clemson. They've got Dabo's won two of them. Things have kind of quieted down a little bit over there at Clemson, but it's
I
starting to
think
pick back up.
that's what I say. I think with how the last like 2 or 3 seasons went, and with what Dabo is doing right now, he realized he was getting close to being on that hot seat for sure.
Dude, he was. Especially after what he's provided. He's provided a standard of excellence. Absolute excellence at Clemson.
You can't bring a winning program in and then just start slacking on said.
9-3 is just not good enough. Oh, you won the ACC title. It's like I almost forget. So because then you get whopped in the playoffs by Texas, which that just goes to show you how Texas is another level. They were on another level.
We honestly weren't ready for a game against Texas though.
No,
At that point in time, now.
no, no. SMU was not Texas. Yeah, Texas is different.
Yeah,
And then good old Notre Dame, dude. Notre Dame, like they're scrappy and they recruit well. Young coach. Notre Dame playoff team.
could
Notre
be.
Dame's a playoff team. Could be a national title contender. I mean, look at them last year. And I mean, last but not least, I know I just kind of mentioned them a little bit earlier. Alabama. We can't talk national titles without them either. How do you feel? I mean, I know they've lost. They don't have Jalen Milroe anymore, but they've got a sick kid coming up. They've always gonna have a 5-star loaded up,
Yeah,
and I think he plays a different type of style. Also, got to ask you, whenever it comes, I mean, because that's basically all the national title contenders I can think of.
yeah.
When it comes to other teams to watch, I'm talking the Tennessee. Okay, sorry about that. I'm talking the Tennessee Volunteers, dude.
I
That
was
was
actually
wild.
I was gonna skip Tennessee. I was gonna go to another team.
Why would you? Why? How are you gonna skip Tennessee?
Well,
Whatever.
I was gonna start. I was gonna start this with a
I
different
just
team.
wanted to bring up Nico.
I just wanted to bring up South Carolina.
That's an interesting bring for you.
Hey, that's not that interesting.
Okay, all right. Well, what
I
about
gave them flowers all season
them?
last
You
year.
did. Yeah, you did because you knew that they were better than y'all.
Huh?
Yeah,
Better than us is wicked.
I think that they were better than y'all last year.
No.
You don't think so? I'll have to agree to disagree on that one. You have to think about all the games that South Carolina tragically lost. They really should have been better than what they were. LSU was a tragic loss. Alabama.
Alabama was a
Dude,
tragic.
oh my god. Oh, even like as a Clemson fan, you had to have been like crazy work right there. Crazy work. Um,
But
Miami.
Tennessee,
Miami's the team that's going to be the team that could beat y'all in the ACC. Miami and Clemson is going to be hand in hand because yes, they lost old buddy Cam Ward, who went number one overall. So of course that's going to be you're going to be missing a big piece right there. But you replace it with Carson Beck, which I mean is way better than what they had. Because I don't know what they had. Carson Beck's proven himself. He's proven
he's
himself.
also he's also proven that he's an iffy passer.
He has. But if he plays like Carson Beck the season before last, Miami could whack show.
But if he plays like Carson Beck last season,
Then they could
Miami might
barely
not even be
beat y'all.
ranked.
Might not even be ranked. Yeah, because he didn't have the talent around him
He
that
doesn't
he
have
had at
Georgia
Georgia.
talent.
It's not quite the same down
No,
there. It's not.
he
They
doesn't
do
have
have talent. Miami's got a lot of
he
talent.
doesn't have the Georgia defense to save him again.
Yes, because Miami was going into shootouts last season. I mean, they were absolutely. It was crazy to watch
He
their game. It would
got
be touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. I'm like, where is the
he got
defense?
he got lucky being at Georgia making those mistakes because at any other school they would have had a losing record. Georgia's defense is just so wicked that he could make those mistakes and the defense would step up and get a stop.
I partially agree. I don't think losing record. I think that might be taking it far. But I will say that they wouldn't have done as well. No. Are you kidding me? Carson Beck relied on a lot of things, a lot of talent around him. And we'll see. We'll see. I could be partially biased because I'm a Georgia fan at heart, but I know that he truly is talented too.
Yeah,
So it depends on what Carson version of Carson Beck you get. I feel like he's a lot of him is very mental because he'll come out lights out. And he went to Miami with that girl, the Cavendish sister, and they break up. Who knows? He might be out there living his best. It might be hot boy summer for Carson Beck. He might be out there in Miami going crazy. And
turning
then
Johnny Football.
yeah, he might be doing his best Johnny football. Yeah, because now he can get that money. He's making he got paid bank to go there. Yeah, with their talks he got paid like 10 mil.
Lord.
Yes.
Jesus.
Dude, Lenore Sellers was getting those types of offers. And his dad was like, son, you're 19. I don't even need that much money. And you stay at South Carolina. Because the Sellers are from Florence.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Yeah. His brother, 3-star recruit, they recruited him. He's a wide receiver. Well, Sellers action, you never know. South Carolina's gonna be good though. They might make. Do you think they make the playoffs? Does South Carolina make the playoffs? No. You don't think they're gonna be that good?
I think they'll be just out of the playoffs.
They were just out of the playoffs this year.
I think they'll be there again this year.
You don't think they make it? They don't get any better.
I'm not
Why?
saying I'm not saying they don't get any better. I'm just saying that
With
some of the
everybody
teams.
else. Well, this time it's not about. It might be different because of the way the playoffs are done.
Well, yeah, but they also the regular season. They have to make it through the regular season to get to the playoffs, and the teams that they play are also getting better.
Yeah, well, think about how they lost to them last year. You think they don't come back with vengeance this year?
I think Alabama's stronger than they were last year.
Alabama comes to Williams Bryce. It might get rowdy.
I think Alabama is going to be a stronger team this year than they were last year.
Yeah. I
Same with
mean,
LSU.
it was DeBoer's first season. Now he's got a little bit more ground, his feet on the ground a little bit longer down there in Tuscaloosa. He might. It'll be interesting, dude. All you see on the rankings though is SEC, SEC, SEC. A little sprinkle of Big Ten. Ohio State. They just won the national championship. We're not even talking about them. So I mean, they're gonna be good per usual, but we don't talk about them because we just know they're gonna be good. Who else is gonna beat them? Penn State is their only. Of course, Michigan. They can never beat Michigan, but that didn't stop them from winning national championships.
You're not wrong.
But it's almost like what's more important now? We've won a natty. Now we got to beat Michigan. You should understand the most because how it is. South Carolina versus Clemson is a rowdy, rowdy, rowdy rivalry. Top 5 in the sport.
Yeah,
Top 5 in the sport plus obviously Michigan, Ohio State, Army, Navy, Alabama, Auburn. The and then the fifth you could put a few. You could put a few different ones, but those right there solidify it for me. And But who's your national champion, Cam? Who is your national championship right now? Hot take. Who's your national champion?
I'm gonna give you three different teams that I think could win it all.
Okay.
I'm gonna give you Texas. It's hard to say, not hard to not say Texas.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go
Texas.
Georgia.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go Oregon.
Okay. Okay, that's fair. Dude, give me. Obviously, I'm going to take Texas as well. I think that Penn State. Penn State. Penn State. National title 2025. Penn State is who I've got.
All right, give me
All
one more.
right.
Give me one more.
Penn State's who I'm choosing. But obviously, and then after that, Notre Dame.
No Georgia, no Oregon, no Ohio State.
No. No. I don't like the Notre Dame pick. I'm retracting and I'm sticking with Penn State.
I pick three. You pick three.
Georgia. Fine. You know I had to. I was just picking Notre Dame to be nice. Yeah, I'm going to go with Georgia. Not even because I'm a fan. Yeah, they're a talented team. Their defense is absolutely wicked.
As I stated earlier in the podcast.
Yes, multiple. Yeah, so that's it. That's that. And that
Well,
being said, dude, we're gonna dive more into this next time. Just getting a little, just getting back into it. Just getting our feet into it as well. Kind of like Kalen DeBoer down there at Alabama. I apologize about the music. I really do.
I thought it was
Um,
great.
dude, it is what it is. It was soothing. Maybe it needed to calm you down. But with that being said, dude, that's about all I got to say for it for today. Keeping it short, keeping it simple. I'm gonna get real deep about some things that some people might like and a lot of people might not like next time we record, which is gonna be very soon.
It
So
will
stay tuned
indeed.
for that. Yeah.
And like I said, we're just kind of dipping our feet back into college football. This is where we got our roots from. This is the reason we started the podcast. College football is what a lot of our basis of friendship even is actually.
Yeah, it is, dude. It
But
is.
with that, we're gonna wrap this episode up. Look for us to drop this episode tonight or early tomorrow. We got some more stuff coming. Do all the social media stuff, like, comment, subscribe, share to your friends, your mom, your dog.
Your dog can. That's how you know it's time.
And with that being said, we're gonna wrap it up. See y'all next time.